All right. Terence Bud Crawford is, man, somebody get me the world's smallest violin so I can play it for this dude. Man, Terence Crawford out there saying the PBC don't want to fight me. It's, they're playing games with me. Nah, dog, you played games with yourself. You got cute and you're suffering because of it. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. I'm so happy to be making videos this morning. Man, took a couple days break, like I said in my last video, but we back. We're back. All right. Oh, make sure you go to the Patreon today. For all my Patreons that I get in those conversations with about ADOS, go look at what the city of Evanston, Illinois is doing about it. And remember this, I told you so. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. That's going to be the subject of the Patreon video that's up today. So you make sure you guys go check that out. Now, also, thank you to everybody that comes by the live streams. Make sure you come by OG Boxing Talk on Sunday where we had a great conversations. Big house of people where we wrap up the week of boxing. I do believe we'll be talking about the Andy Ruiz fight, this Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua farce that's going to take place this Saturday. But let's get this. Terence Crawford, in my book, #1 pound for pound guy in boxing. I always say this so you guys know I appreciate this guy's skill set. I think he's top notch. Okay, he's top notch. That's the boxing side of it. Terence Crawford, in my opinion, is the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. I do not include heavyweights in that. I'm going to really try my best to stop ranking these people and just say who the #1 guy is pound for pound, skill-wise, in all of the weight classes that do not include heavyweight, because that is what it's supposed to be. Anyway, that's where I got Terence Crawford. But Terence Crawford is full of hookah or whatever the heck you want to call it, where I won't get a strike for being too profane. When he says that he has to accept that the PBC fighters don't want to fight him and they're playing that game, he can't force them to fight him, right? This is my deal with this thing. Terence Crawford just said that nobody can force him to fight Shawn Porter. Which is it, bud? Which is it? Are they playing games with you and they won't fight you? Or are you not, or do you just not want to fight Shawn Porter? Shawn Porter is a PBC fighter. Shawn Porter's father was on 78 Sports TV's channel and said they would fight you. Shawn Porter is one of the top 4 heavyweights, top 4 welterweights that they have in the PBC, that they have in all of boxing. What would prevent you from fighting? When you say you don't want to fight him, you can't complain and say that the PBC is blackballing you. Errol Spence Jr. is out with an injury. Manny Pacquiao didn't fight you when you were with Top Rank. So don't put on the PBC you not being able to get a Manny Pacquiao fight, because guess what? The reason you didn't get a Manny Pacquiao fight was because of Bob Arum. Danny Garcia, we gonna fight Danny Garcia? Danny Garcia, aren't those the top guys, or you want Keith Thurman, who don't have a belt? The only 2 guys that have a belt are Errol Spence Jr., who's out with an injury, and Manny Pacquiao, who didn't want to fight you when he was with Top Rank. And your own promoter said that he admitted or claimed, I can't say admitted, whether that's exactly accurate or not, because it might not be true. It might be a combination of both him and Pacquiao. I don't know. But Bob Arum admitted his portion of it and said that he was the reason that fight didn't happen, because he knew what would happen. And when by him knowing what would happen, he meant that you would beat Manny Pacquiao. So he didn't let you fight Manny Pacquiao because you would beat Manny Pacquiao. But you re-signed with him. And I'm not buying this stuff where somebody says, oh, well, we didn't know that happened. I'm not saying that Terence Crawford said that. But, maybe you can claim, I didn't know that's the reason the Manny Pacquiao fight didn't. We knew. I knew. Everybody else knew. Everybody knew. And in fact, when you re-signed with Bob Arum, everybody knew that was pretty much going to mean that you're not going to get the fights with the PBC fighters. Two reasons. One, you are, admittedly, you are a very dangerous fighter. Very dangerous fighter. Like I said, number one pound for pound fighter in the world, in my opinion. But more important than that, because these guys are fighting each other. These guys are all fighting dangerous fighters. Danny Garcia was going to step up and fight Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is every bit as dangerous and more physically dangerous than Terence Crawford is. Sean Porter's a dangerous fighter. Manny Pacquiao's a dangerous fighter. All these guys, as far as the ability to hurt you, all these guys are as dangerous as Terence Crawford is, as far as their ability to inflict pain and injury upon you. Terence Crawford is just a better boxer than most of them. I would argue he's better boxer than everybody in boxing, but size-wise and strength-wise, it's not predetermined that he's the best guy at a weight class where most of these guys are bigger and stronger than him. But let's get down to what the real issue is here, man. The real issue is Bob Arum. You got a promoter that you chose to sign with, right? Because you were going to get, according to Bomac and what he said on Trail Boxing Talk, you agreed, you went for the easy money. You went for hey, I'm going to give you a guaranteed purse for every fight that you sign under this contract. You're going to walk away with this guaranteed to be a rich man. And you said, okay. You did the exact opposite of what Deontay Wilder did, where Deontay Wilder was offered fixed money for fights. And he said, no, thank you. I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to fight Tyson Fury. I'm going to fight Luis Ortiz. I'll fight Tyson Fury. I'll do my manager. I'll fight Luis Ortiz again. If he fights Tyson Fury again, whatever. These are all fights that he gets to choose and he gets to pick because he decided that he wanted to be his own boss and do his own thing. So when a fight is presented that he wants to take, there's nothing standing in the way of it. He can go to another network. He can fight on another promoter's card. He can do whatever he wanted to do. Because he had enough foresight to say, hey, if I want these big fights, I'm going to keep myself open enough and flexible enough so I can do what I want to do. And if that means that I'm not going to take guaranteed money, fine, I won't take guaranteed money. I believe in myself and I can do these things. Terence Crawford decided to take the guaranteed money. And now he's over there at Top Rank fighting on ESPN Plus. And he's doing it because Bob Arum doesn't believe in him and has never believed in him. He's up there talking about the fight between not Alexander Putin, but this fight coming up this month, Terence Crawford versus Igis Kalvanakis, is a bum fight. He's literally calling your fights bum fights. What kind of promoter would call, even if he believed it? Because trust me, there's a bunch of bum fights out there that Bob Arum is throwing. He knows are bum fights and he ain't calling bum fights. Okay. Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell is a bum fight. That is not any more competitive a fight than Crawford versus the Green Machine. Vasily Lomachenko versus Jose Pedraza was a bum fight. That's no more competitive than Terence Crawford versus Igis Kalvanakis is. No more important. But I have never heard Bob Arum call anything related, never even use the word bum in the same sentence as his number one guy, which is Vasily Lomachenko. So look, man, and I've been having conversations with Terence Crawford fans because we got a lot of Terence Crawford fans on the channel. And I support Terence Crawford every fight that he has. I do videos talking about his fights. I'm constantly telling you I think this guy's the number one pound for pound guy in the world. So y'all can get mad at me if you want. But to blame his other people for your own decisions is ridiculous. For you to re-sign with somebody knowing full well that that's going to stand in the way of the future fights that you want to make. That's ridiculous. You knew perfectly well where all the fighters were and all the guys were in the welterweight division when you moved up. Why would you resign? Why would you resign and then act like that barrier that is there is on them and not on you? You could have just went over there. That ain't tough. You could have just went over there and fought, or you could have signed somebody else and you could have signed with anybody. But I don't even believe that the fact that you're with Top Rank is really what's holding it up. I believe that Bob Arum don't trust you. I mean, and by the mean, well, let me explain what I mean by I don't think the fact that him just being a Top Rank is the problem. Because Top Rank is trying to make a fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Supposedly they are. At least they're not. We'll wait to know when this venue is named. They said it was going to be in a couple days or whatever, and that couple days has passed. But regardless, they're talking about making that fight because they think that's a huge fight. They're not trying to make a fight with you and anybody else because they don't think anything related to you is a big fight. They don't believe anything related to you is a big fight. They can talk about the Errol Spence Jr. fight, but I don't even believe that they have enough faith in you to believe that that's a big fight. Because Errol's going to say, nah, man, look, it's a big fight because I'm in it. Hey, 60-40. And Bob Arum's going to be like, nah, I can just have Terence Crawford in like another 10 bum fights and make the same amount of money that I could for that one. Because Terence Crawford is guaranteed to win these. He's guaranteed to win these bum fights. He can keep doing this for at least another 10, 12 fights. If I can make $1 million every fight off of him, off his back for 10, 15 fights, hey, man, why not? That's 15 mil. I'd rather do that than get 7 and have a chance that, you could lose to Errol Spence Jr. and all be over. That's how he operates, man. But anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.